Hey guys, today we're going to be going over the best front end suspension enhancement options for your 2024 Ford F-350. We've got 4 options in front of us today. We have 1 adjustable option and 3 non-adjustable options. There are a few other options available on our website. These are just the 4 favorites that I've picked to show you on this vehicle. Starting off here, we've got the Firestone Coil-Rite air helper spring. Then we've got our SuperSpring replacement coil spring, our Timbren jounce bumper, and our SumoSpring. All of these options are going to be better for different applications, so I'm going to kind of go through each one and explain, and hopefully that will match up with one of your reasons of why you need it, and then you can decide based off of that. We're going to start with the Firestone Coil-Rite air helper spring. This air helper spring is going to go on the inside of your factory coil. This is our SuperCoil, but you can see how you would squish this bag down, squeeze it into the spring, and essentially by putting air into this bag, it's going to limit the travel of your coil spring. Where I think this would be most applicable for your situation is if you have a front-mounted hitch on the front of your truck, if you've had your truck for several 100,000 miles, maybe you have 250,000 miles on your truck, and you notice that the front springs are getting a little bit softer than you'd like, you can throw this airbag in there, pump it up, and that'll help to provide more support. Would this be a good option in the snowplow world of things? I don't think so, because again, it's just going to limit your factory spring from compressing. So it's a more adjustable option, but it's not a super heavy duty option. The SuperCoil is the best application I can see for this is if you've been running a snowplow for a long time and your front coil springs are wore out, or if you haven't been and you just noticed that your coil springs are worn out from driving your truck for 300,000 miles and you didn't want to necessarily go back to the factory, because we all know that factory parts can be very, very expensive. This is a great option that will supply more stability in the front and definitely give you more support. Moving on to our Timbrens. I would say this is going to be really good to use in an application where you're feeling a lot of body roll on the front end of your truck and you're really looking for a stiff solution to stop that body roll. Another good reason for it, again, is a snowplow. And you'll hear me bring up a snowplow a lot because it's probably one of the heaviest things that you can put on the front of a truck to compress that suspension and need more support. These are going to be a great option. The one thing that will help you in the front end suspension enhancement option, and the one reason I don't really care for Timbrens, is that they're super, super stiff. But if you're having a real problem and you need that support in the front end, I would definitely go with these. Now for our last option, we're going to have our SumoSprings. This is essentially just going to be a softer version of the Timbren, but it is going to be taller, so it's going to engage sooner. It's also going to have a progressive support rate, so as it compresses more and more, it's going to become more and more supportive. We do have 2 different versions of this on our website. We have the standard duty, which is a different color from this. It's currently yellow on our website. They like to change the colors from time to time, but currently it's yellow, and the heavy duty, which are these, are going to be a black in color. Where I see this most used is going to be really like if you have a cargo carrier or a heavy bike rack on the front of your truck, and you've got that in a front mounted hitch, and you can feel the weight of your truck kind of sagging in the front, and you need a constant support, but you don't want the stiffness that comes from a Timbren. The SumoSprings are really going to come in handy. So all in all, you can see how each one of them is going to be better for a different application. If you're asking me what I would put on my truck if I had a snowplow on the front of it, what I would do is I would put the super coils on the front, replace the old factory coils, and then I would also add the heavy duty SumoSprings to the front to give me that limitation. You'll get a little stiffer spring so that it'll help to support it, but then the SumoSpring is really going to stop that travel. Now we've talked about the best suspension enhancement options for the front. If you're looking for rear end suspension enhancements, say you've got that plow truck that you're looking to support the rear end because you've got a salt spreader in the bed, you can check out our website. We've got another video showing all the cool options for rear end suspension enhancements. Well guys, hopefully this video was able to help you decide which of these front end suspension enhancement options is right for you and your Ford F-350.